Well, Valentine's weekend draws ever closer, which means tales of romance, both new and old, are on the mind. We're also in the middle of Black History Month.
Yeah, and there is a lot going on, that's for sure. But since it's Throwback Thursday, perhaps Jim Duffy will go with a tale of heroism along the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, but knowing Jim, he'll probably find a way to combine that with a love story. And of course, Jim Duffy of Secrets of the Eastern Shore is delivering on his Throwback Thursday. Is our prediction on the mark?
Your prediction is perfect. Let's go. This is a story about the lengths a man will go to save his wife and children when they're in great danger.
Okay.
One other interesting thing about the story is, history is full of times when women don't get the credit and men get all the credit. But there's an exception to every rule. And this is a story in which generally, when it's told on historic markers and in books, a woman gets all the credit when in fact it's the man who deserves all the credit.
Okay.
All right. The woman is Harriet Tubman. And this is her first operation, supposedly, on the Underground Railroad. She has just escaped slavery. The year before, she gets word that a beloved niece of hers and her children are about to go on the auction block in Cambridge, Maryland, right at the courthouse there, where the Harriet Tubman sculpture is today, right there. She's in Philadelphia at this point, and she goes down to Baltimore. And that's all that she does. She goes down to Baltimore, and there's a communication going back and forth between Cambridge and Baltimore. And she is communicating with the real hero of the story, a guy named John Bolton. That is Keziah's husband. They have a mixed marriage. He's a free man. She's an enslaved woman. The children are enslaved. In this communication, no cell phones, no texts, no nothing. Somehow they come up with this plan to try and rescue her. It does not sound to me like a very good plan, actually. The plan is for John to bid on and buy his wife and children during the auction.
Oh, wow.
It's not completely unheard of for a free black man to buy a family member at an auction, so that's not too much. The real problem is John doesn't have any money at this point in his life.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a problem. The auction goes off, and John, can you imagine, he must have done the best acting job. His heart must have been beating so fast. He's completely faking. He's got no money in his pocket. He's trying to outbid everybody out there. He outbids them all. And then Lady Luck kind of shows up. And the auctioneer, as soon as they're done, says, okay, it's time for lunch. And everybody in the crowd starts walking off and doing this. And so John just kind of grabs his wife and kids and goes without paying.
Ooh.
Bold move.
Yeah.
And then they did have another part of the plan. There's a house nearby, kind of by Long Wharf in Cambridge. There's a house nearby where they hid for a little while. And then John, who's kind of had a boat and is a mariner, it's December. Not the best time to sail up to Baltimore, but he sailed up to Baltimore with them. And that is where they met Harriet Tubman, and she escorted them to freedom in Philadelphia. And when I read this story, all the markers are always, this is Harriet's first operation, this is Harriet's first operation. And I'm thinking, now you guys know I have mad respect for Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
Like you guys,
Yes.
you understand,
Yes.
everything about it. I love Harriet Tubman. This time she was kind of sitting by a fireplace while John did all the work.
Right.
But all the markers are giving her all the credit.
So what became of them?
So after the Civil War, they lived up with Harriet during the time until slavery ended. And then they came back down here. They settled outside of Cambridge in a free black community on Oldfield Road. If you're driving out to the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Visitor Center, you drive right past it. There's an old black church there. Keziah died 1897. We don't know when John died, but he was still alive at that point. They ended up with 7 kids, and their descendants are still a big part of the Dorchester County community today.
Wonderful. Oh, my goodness. What a great story. As always, Jim Duffy, Secrets of the Eastern Shore.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week.